This video will show you how to replace the oil pressure sender on a GMC Sierra 2500 with a 6-liter engine. This will be mounted along the back side of your engine. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. To start removing the sensor, I like to remove the upper engine cover first. For this, I'm reaching along the front of the engine cover and I'm lifting up. Once you have it up diagonal, go ahead and pull out and away from the engine. Just a quick inspection and we'll set that aside. Now that we have the engine cover out of the way, we're going to have to start making our way all the way along the back side of the engine. We can see this plastic cover. As you follow that down to its mounting point, that's where you're going to find the oil pressure sender. Now, as we start looking along the back side of the engine, I can see my ignition coil on top of my valve cover. As I start making my way towards the back, I have a plastic cover here, and continuing on looking down, if you were to look deep inside this area, you can see the blue locking tab on our electrical connector. It is fairly difficult to see this sensor located behind the plastic shield. And now here's another view. This time we're looking from the top down at the oil pressure sender. So as I'm reaching along the backside here, I can feel where my electrical connector is. On this electrical connector, we should find that we have a locking tab that we need to carefully pull up. Then this will have a squeezable tab that we can squeeze in and remove the entire wiring harness. During the removal of that locking clip, part of it broke off, so I'm going to continue on with the removal of the remaining piece, and then we'll continue on by squeezing on the locking tab on the connector itself and lifting this up and out of position. Now I've placed a mirror along the back side of the engine so we can easily see where the oil pressure sender is and our electrical connector. Now to help me lift the connector up, once I do squeeze on the electrical connector locking tab, I'm just using an angled pick. I'm applying light pressure. At this point, I'm going to squeeze in on that locking tab and this should lift up and out of position. There we are. Of course, a close inspection for corrosion. If you see any, it needs to be taken care of. This electrical connector looks to be in good usable order, so let's continue on with the removal of the oil pressure sender next. Now, before we start removing the sensor from the engine, let's make sure we clean down the mounting area. We're going to use some compressed air around the sensor and the engine in the mounting area. Now, to remove the oil pressure sender, we have an oil pressure sender socket. You can also use a 27mm socket if necessary. Aside from that, we will have to have the ability to swivel an extension so we can gain access along the back side of the engine. Let's get our socket in place. Okay. There it is, friend. Prior to installation of any brand new part, of course, we're going to make sure we clean and inspect our mounting area. In this instance, I'm using a clean rag, but no detergents. I don't want anything making its way into the engine. A close inspection to confirm there's no miscellaneous debris, and we do not have our gasket from the original oil pressure sender. And now we can prepare to install the brand new oil pressure sender. You're going to find that it comes with sealant on the threads, and it also comes with a brand new gasket. We're going to start this in. We're going to bottom it out. Once it's bottomed out, we're going to torque it to 26 foot-pounds. Now that I have that bottomed out, I'm going to torque it. There we go. Let's go ahead and remove our tool. Now that we're sure that we have this torqued to the manufacturer's specification, we're continuing on with our electrical connector. As far as that connector, line up the locking tabs. Press it until you hear an audible click, and then make sure it's completely locked in with the gray locking tab. As far as that locking tab, you're just going to press it down towards the sensor. There's my audible click. It does not pull away from the oil pressure sender. Now I have my gray locking tab. I'm pressing that down. That's going to fully lock this into position so it will not come free on us while we're driving down the road. One last quick inspection while we're along the back side of the engine, and we'll continue on with our upper engine cover. Let's get this upper engine cover in place. We're bringing it down along the rear. As we come down at an angle, we're going to start pressing this down. Double check to make sure it's secured and it does not move around in any way. Okay, friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing you need to do is start the vehicle, let it run, make sure you have no running condition, no check engine light, and your oil pressure gauge functions as it should. After that, go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.